On our website, you can get PDF learning materials for free. Please visit englist.me.
Credential.
To provide someone with certification or verification of their qualifications, usually in a particular field or profession. Noun, a document attesting to the truth of certain stated facts.
Examples:
Credential themselves by showing their registration. Teaching credential. To get the job, I need to credential my experience and education.
Coronavirus.
A large family of viruses that can cause illness in humans and animals, which name comes from the crown-like spikes on the surface of the virus, which can be seen under a microscope, and COVID-19 is caused by a specific type of coronavirus known as SARS-CoV-2.
Examples:
Coronavirus antibody test kit. Coronavirus bankruptcy. Considering the situation of coronavirus, organized stopped this year's beer festival.
Specific.
Clearly defined or particular to a certain thing or situation, distinct, explicit, and precise.
Examples:
Specific instructions. Industry-specific regulations. The scientist conducted a study that provided specific details about the species' behavior.
Severe.
Extremely serious or bad in feeling, manner, or strict and harsh, extremely strong or vigorous.
Examples:
Severe heat. A severe case of pneumonia. The senator received severe criticism from his opponent.
Shock.
A strong feeling or physical reaction to a sudden and unexpected event or experience, especially something unpleasant.
Examples:
Death from shock. Shock resistant. He got an electric shock at work.
Journalism.
The profession or activity of writing or reporting news for publication or broadcast.
Examples:
Journalism ethics. Tabloid journalism. She plans to study journalism in college and become a reporter.
Biosecurity.
A set of measures and protocols designed to protect against the risks associated with the intentional or accidental release of biological agents, such as viruses or bacteria that could cause harm to humans, animals, or plants.
Examples:
Biosecurity measures. Biosecurity protocol. Researchers are developing new technologies to improve biosecurity in the agricultural industry.
Outlet.
A means of release or expression, often for emotions or energy. A place of business that sells goods directly to customers. A device or opening through which something can flow out.
Examples:
An outlet for water. Media outlet. The outlet in the bathroom was faulty, so I had to use a different one for my hairdryer.
Threat.
A strong indication or likelihood of harm, danger, or adverse consequences. An expression of intent to inflict harm or injury on someone or something, often made as a means of coercion or intimidation.
Examples:
Economic threat, environmental threat. The threat of severe weather prompted the city to issue an evacuation warning.
Planet.
Any of the 9 large celestial bodies that circle in the solar system, any celestial body that revolves around a star.
Examples:
Planet like the Earth. Save the planet. Mercury is the closest planet to the Sun.
Epidemiology.
The study of the distribution and determinants of health-related states or events, including diseases, in specified populations, and the application of this study to the control of health problems.
Examples:
Epidemiology research. Cancer epidemiology. The epidemiology of influenza has been well studied over the years, leading to the development of effective vaccines and treatment strategies.
Evaluate.
To assess or estimate the quality, significance, quantity, or value of something.
Examples:
Evaluate the grant proposal. Evaluate a situation. The meeting aims to evaluate possible choices.
Transmission.
The act or process of sending something from one person or place to another. The process of broadcasting over the airwaves, as in radio or television.
Examples:
Transmission speed. The transmission gears of a car. Education is the transmission of civilization.
Tuberculosis.
An infectious disease usually caused by tubercle bacteria that can attack many parts of a person's body, especially their lungs.
Examples:
Died of tuberculosis. A medicine for tuberculosis. Tuberculosis used to be considered a fatal disease.
Facility.
A building or place that provides a particular service or is used for a particular industry.
Examples:
A cell phone with an internet facility. Facility design. This company has an entire recycling facility, including major reprocessing plants.
Avian.
Relating to or characteristic of birds.
Examples:
Avian influenza. Avian habitat. The expert on avian species studied the behavior of different types of birds.
Influenza.
Formal for flu, a highly contagious viral disease that causes fever, severe aching, and catarrh and often occurs in epidemics.
Examples:
An epidemic outbreak of influenza. Influenza B strain. The research institute allocated a lot of money to study the cause and prevention of influenza.
Degree.
A unit of measurement for angles, temperature, or level of proficiency or achievement, a rank or level of academic or professional attainment.
Examples:
Bachelor's degree, degree centigrade. She received her degree in psychology from the university.
Physician.
A medical doctor who practices medicine.
Examples:
The advice of the physician. Consult with a physician. She visited the local physician to seek treatment for her persistent headache.
Nurse.
A healthcare professional who is trained to provide care for the sick or injured. Verb, to try to cure by special care or treatment of an illness or injury.
Examples:
Nurse practitioner. A volunteer nurse. The night shift nurse checked my vital signs before administering the medication.
Individual.
A single person or thing, as distinct from a group.
Examples:
A private individual. Individual freedom. As an individual, he had the right to make his own decisions and live his life as he saw fit.
Disease.
A disorder or illness that affects the body or mind, often characterized by specific symptoms or abnormal functioning of organs or systems.
Examples:
Disease prevention. Disease control. The doctor diagnosed him with a rare disease that had no known cure.
Rank.
A position in a hierarchy of status or authority. Verb, to take or have a position relative to others.
Examples:
Rank amateur. High rank. He was promoted to the rank of captain in the military.
Random.
Made, done, or happening without method, conscious decision, or any regular pattern.
Examples:
A random choice. Bombs fell at random. To find drunk drivers, police conduct random tests.
Rant.
To talk or complain in a loud, angry, or intense manner, often for an extended period of time, usually about something that one feels strongly about.
Examples:
Rant online. Rant about the service. I listened to my boss rant about the company's latest project for an hour.
Organization.
A group of people who work together for a shared purpose.
Examples:
Organization chart. Agricultural organization. She is the president of a large international organization.
Subset.
A set of things that are contained within another larger set, a portion or division of a group or category.
Examples:
Proper subset. Subset selection. A subset of the employees will be trained in the new software program.
Virus.
A tiny infectious organic material that causes disease in people, animals, and plants.
Examples:
Spread of the virus. A strain of virus. An infected person in the hospital will likely pass the virus to others.
Characteristic.
A typical feature or quality that can identify, tell apart, or describe something or somebody.
Examples:
Stripes characteristic of the zebra. My friend's characteristic laugh. Bananas have their characteristic taste and odor.
Genetic.
Of or relating to genes, equals parts of the DNA in cells, or the science of genes.
Examples:
Have genetic testing. A genetic disorder. Understanding protein folding is a vital step in deciphering the genetic code.
Spike.
A narrow, thin, pointed piece of metal, wood, etc., a sudden large increase in the magnitude or concentration of something.
Examples:
To spike. To prevent blood sugar spikes. The recent spike in grain prices is partly due to the war in the producing countries.
Invade.
To enter aggressively into another's territory by military force for conquest and occupation.
Examples:
Invade other tissues. Invade his privacy. I have no intention to invade your privacy.
Corona.
A crown-shaped structure, often referring to the outermost layer of the sun's atmosphere. A family of viruses known as coronaviruses. A halo or aura around a celestial body, a circular pattern or shape.
Examples:
Corona layer. Corona outbreak. The coronavirus has caused a global pandemic.
Novel.
An extended fictional work in prose, usually in the form of a story. Adjective, original and of a kind not seen before.
Examples:
Historical novel. Novel effect. The novel has largely gotten positive feedback.
Sequence.
A series of related events, actions, numbers, etc., which have a particular order.
Examples:
The sequence of the seasons. The DNA sequence. We do move forward with those tasks in sequence next week.
Acute.
Extremely sharp or severe.
Examples:
Acute pain. Acute triangle. The patient died from acute alcohol intoxication.
Respiratory.
Relating to the organs and processes involved in breathing, such as the lungs and the act of inhaling and exhaling air.
Examples:
Respiratory failure. Alleviate respiratory ailments. Chronic respiratory disorders, such as asthma, can significantly impact a person's quality of life.
Syndrome.
A group of signs and symptoms that occur together and are characteristic of a particular condition or disorder.
Examples:
Syndrome of dementia. Acute syndrome. The patient was diagnosed with a rare genetic syndrome.
Lung.
Either of the two organs in the chest that people and some animals use for breathing.
Examples:
Lung capacity. Do lung transplantation. He has terminal lung cancer.
Puke.
To vomit or eject the contents of the stomach through the mouth. To feel or experience extreme disgust or hatred.
Examples:
Puke my guts. Puke in the toilet. The smell of rotting food made him puke in disgust.
Eyeball.
The round part of the eye of a vertebrate that is usually inside the head and, therefore, cannot be seen.
Examples:
Eyeball motion. Redness of the eyeball. Increased eyeball pressure leads to the development of glaucoma.
Hemorrhage.
Profuse bleeding, often caused by a ruptured vessel.
Examples:
Hemorrhage from a breast. Hemorrhage control. He had a severe brain hemorrhage that left him paralyzed.
Symptom.
Any sensation or change in body or mind that is experienced by a patient and is associated with a particular disease.
Examples:
Symptoms of low testosterone. Neurotic symptoms. The patient displays a symptom of a side effect.
Cough.
To expel air from the lungs suddenly and noisily, often as a reaction to irritation, illness, or some other physical condition. Noun, a sudden, forceful expulsion of air from the lungs, often accompanied by a distinctive sound.
Examples:
Cough several times. Persistent cough. I can't stop coughing and think I might have caught a cold.
Viral.
Relating to or caused by a virus.
Examples:
Fight viral infections. Detect a viral code. This device can more accurately detect viral pathogens.
Pneumonia.
An infection or inflammation of the lungs, typically caused by bacteria, viruses, or other microorganisms.
Examples:
Bacterial pneumonia. Viral pneumonia. She was hospitalized with a severe case of pneumonia.
Outbreak.
A sudden start of something, usually a disease or something dangerous or unpleasant.
Examples:
Infectious disease outbreaks. The outbreak of hostilities. The government predicts an epidemic outbreak of multiple viruses, including coronaviruses and influenza.
Gentle.
Having or showing a kindly or tender nature, soft and mild.
Examples:
In a gentle voice. Gentle downward slope. Her gentle manner relaxed everyone there.
Provider.
A person or an organization that supplies somebody with something needed or wanted.
Examples:
An information provider. The provider of the family. People select internet providers not only in terms of price, but also in terms of transmission speed.
Registration.
The process of recording or enrolling for a particular course or event. The action or process of officially recording or enrolling something, such as a name or trademark.
Examples:
Registration agency. Registration for a course. The online registration process was quick and easy to complete.
Grateful.
Feeling or showing an appreciation of kindness, thankful.
Examples:
A grateful breeze. Put a grateful expression. She was grateful for the help he provided.
Zoonotic.
Relating to a zoonosis, which is a disease or infection that can be transmitted from animals to humans.
Examples:
Zoonotic diseases. Zoonotic transmission. The spread of the disease was due to its zoonotic nature, able to infect both humans and animals.
Transmit.
To send or forward an electronic signal, to pass something from one person or thing to another.
Examples:
Transmit the disease. Transmit information. Parents often transmit their characteristics to their children.
Rid.
To make someone or something free of unwanted or unpleasant tasks, objects, or person.
Examples:
Get rid of the rats. Rid the body of waste products. We must rid ourselves of pollution.
Reservoir.
A natural or artificial lake used to store water for community use, a large or extra supply of something.
Examples:
A reservoir of facts. Water reservoir. The machine pumps up crude oil from a deep underground reservoir.
Abolish.
To do away with completely, to put an end to.
Examples:
Abolish slavery. Abolish censorship. The government voted to abolish the outdated law.
Turkey.
Of an animal, a large bird with a fan-shaped tail native to North America, widely grown for food. Of a country, a Eurasian republic in Asia Minor and the Balkans.
Examples:
Swell like a turkey. Turkey breast meat. They prepared a stuffed turkey for Thanksgiving.
Poultry.
Domesticated birds kept by humans for their eggs, meat, or feathers.
Examples:
Poultry farming. A poultry walk. The poultry farm raised chickens and turkeys for meat and eggs.
Skip.
To move along lightly and quickly, making a step from one foot to the other with a hop or bounce. To intentionally fail to do something which would normally do.
Examples:
Skip across the country. Skip breakfast. We skipped the topic because it was too complicated.
Epidemic.
The widespread outbreak of a particular disease in a large number of people at the same time.
Examples:
A worldwide epidemic. Health epidemic. The disease is now reaching epidemic proportions in our country.
Interact.
To communicate or react with somebody.
Examples:
Interact directly with customers. Interact with one another. He should interact more with his colleagues.
Climate.
The weather in a particular location averaged over some long period.
Examples:
A cold climate. Effects of climate change. Climate and weather have an impact on every part of our lifestyles.
Hospitable.
Friendly and generous to visitors or guests.
Examples:
Hospitable environment. A hospitable welcome. He is a good-natured and hospitable man.
Bacteria.
Single-celled or non-cellular spherical or spiral or rod-shaped organisms that exist in large numbers in the air, water, and soil, and also in living and dead creatures and plants, and are often a cause of disease.
Examples:
Pathogenic bacteria. Harmless bacteria. Bacteria prevalent in hospitals are often resistant to antibiotics.
Plow.
A farming implement used for breaking up and turning over the soil, especially before planting. Verb, to turn over and break up the soil in preparation for planting crops.
Examples:
Plow equipment. Deeply plow the soil. The farmer tied the yoke oxen to the plow.
Ranching.
The practice of raising livestock, typically cattle or sheep, on large areas of land, often referred to as ranches, for meat, wool, or other products.
Examples:
Ranching industry. Cattle ranching. The government introduced regulations to ensure sustainable ranching practices.
Bush.
A plant growing thickly with many small branches and several stiff stems coming up from the root.
Examples:
Trees and bushes. A bush of hair. I am going to trim this bush off.
Convert.
To turn something into a different form, to transform.
Examples:
Convert fat into energy. Convert base 10 to base 16. I want to convert my sadness into strength.
Hunt.
To go after and try to catch wild animals to kill them for food, sport, or profit.
Examples:
Hunt a job. Hunt after knowledge. Hounds hunt their prey by using their keen scent.
Extinction.
The complete disappearance of a species from the earth.
Examples:
Extinction prevention. Brink of extinction. The extinction of the dinosaurs is thought to have been caused by an asteroid impact.
Wildlife.
Animals, birds, insects, etc. that grow independently of people and live in natural conditions.
Examples:
Wildlife sanctuary. Bird and other wildlife. The conservation area has an abundance of wildlife.
Knack.
A special talent or ability that comes naturally or with practice, particularly in a specific area or field, a clever or shrewd way of doing something.
Examples:
Acquire a knack for painting. Artistic knack. She has a knack for solving difficult puzzles quickly.
Infect.
To affect a person, an animal, or a plant with a disease-causing organism.
Examples:
Infect other animal species. Infect a computer with a virus. Children often infect parents with this head cold.
Quarantine.
A state of isolation imposed on people or animals to prevent the spread of disease.
Examples:
Out of quarantine. Mandatory quarantine. Due to the outbreak, the government imposed a 2-week quarantine for all travelers.
Restriction.
A limitation or constraint placed on something, or the act of limiting or constraining something.
Examples:
Nutritional restriction. Restriction on trade. The restriction on travel during the pandemic made it difficult for people to see their loved ones.
Impulse.
A sudden strong and unreflective wish or need to do something. The electrical discharge that travels along a nerve fiber.
Examples:
A combative impulse. Profound religious impulses. Nerve impulses cross a synapse through the action of neurotransmitters.
Invest.
To put money, effort, time, etc. into something to make a profit or achieve a result.
Examples:
Invest in stocks. Invest capital. The government should view children as national assets and actively invest in them.
Instantly.
Immediately.
Examples:
Instantly cope with. Be killed instantly. I remembered that person instantly and never forgot.
Medical.
Relating to the treatment of illness or injuries, relating to the practice of medicine.
Examples:
A medical opinion. Temporary medical treatment. The medical team worked quickly to save the patient's life.
Humming.
Producing a continuous, low, vibrating sound like that of the bee.
Examples:
Humming sound. Hummingbird. The humming of the bees filled the air as she walked through the garden.
Resist.
To refuse to accept something and attempt to prevent it from happening.
Examples:
Resist temptation. Resist being kissed. I chose to resist cancer by trying every possible treatment.
Separate.
To force, take, or pull apart, mark as different.
Examples:
Separate video into chapter. Separate cream from milk. We need to separate the aspect of his personality from the part of his competence when making an investment decision.
Evade.
To escape from or avoid meeting someone or something.
Examples:
Evade capture. Evade an issue. The jailbroken criminal is continuously attempting to evade the cops.
Strict.
Strongly limiting someone's freedom, allowing no deviation from a standard, rule, belief, etc.
Examples:
Strict compliance regime. In strict secrecy. Too strict a regulation for the private sector will stifle innovation.
Protocol.
A set of rules or procedures for transmitting data or conducting a process or activity, especially in computer networks or scientific experiments, the initial or original version of an agreement.
Examples:
Draft a protocol. Protocol breach. The company has a strict protocol for handling sensitive information to ensure security.
Afford.
To have enough money or time to be able to buy or do something.
Examples:
Afford to buy a new car. Afford a high travel cost. He cannot afford a holiday.
Politician.
A person who is a member of a government or lawmaking organization, especially as an elected member of parliament, etc.
Examples:
A politician in the ruling party. A corrupt politician. The politician lost his position in the end due to the scandal.
Government.
The group of people with authority to control a country or state.
Examples:
Government bureaucracy. Government funding. The federal government is planning to increase taxes for the next fiscal year.
Conceal.
To prevent something from being seen, found, observed, or discovered.
Examples:
Conceal my identity. Conceal a close relationship. Despite the intense verbal abuse, she concealed her anger well.
Trigger.
To make something happen suddenly. To cause something such as a device, machine, etc. to function.
Examples:
Trigger a biochemical response. Trigger inflation. The incident triggered a political controversy.
Evasion.
The act of avoiding or escaping from someone or something, such as an opponent, a pursuer, or an unpleasant situation.
Examples:
Evasion of responsibility. Take shelter in evasion. The evasion of his responsibility was reprehensible.
Honesty.
The quality of being truthful, sincere, and morally upright, adherence to moral and ethical principles.
Examples:
Honesty policy. Honesty box. A culture of honesty in the workplace leads to better communication and productivity.
Haul.
To physically drag or pull someone or something with effort.
Examples:
Haul on a rope. Haul truck. They had to haul the boat out of the water for repairs.
Core.
The most essential or fundamental part of something.
Examples:
The core of an apple. Core business activity. These gas nebulas are merely newborn galactic cores.
Function.
The purpose or use of an object, system, or process, a particular activity or operation that is designed to serve a specific purpose, a mathematical concept that describes a relationship between two sets of values, called the input and output sets. Verb, to operate or work in a specific way, or to perform a particular task or purpose.
Examples:
Function properly. Immune function. The brain is an incredibly complex organ that controls the body's function.
Identify.
To recognize someone or something and say or prove who or what they are.
Examples:
Identify handwriting. Identify gene sequences. I will introduce you to how to identify the leading causes of the malfunction.
Infectious.
Able to be passed quickly from one person, animal, or plant to another, especially through air or water.
Examples:
An infectious fever. Person's smile is infectious. Leprosy is an indolent infectious disease.
Emerge.
To move out of or away from something and become visible.
Examples:
Emerge as a butterfly. Emerge from poverty. During colonial eras, new migratory patterns emerged.
Criticism.
The act of analyzing, evaluating, or judging something, especially literary or artistic work, to find fault with it or to offer suggestions for improvement, the expression of disapproval or censure.
Examples:
Criticism from the public. Harsh criticism. Constructive criticism is always helpful to help improving one's work.
Democracy.
A form of government in which the people have the authority to deliberate and decide legislation, or to choose governing officials to do so.
Examples:
Democracy advocate. Principles of democracy. Democracy often entails inclusive capitalism as well.
Republic.
A state or country in which the people and their elected representatives hold supreme power and which has an elected or nominated president rather than a monarch.
Examples:
Republic democracy. The Republic of Art. The United States is a federal presidential constitutional republic.
Release.
To set free or allow to escape from confinement.
Examples:
Release a prisoner. Release CO2 into the air. The animal rights group worked to release the dolphins back into the wild.
Crisis.
A time of great disagreement, confusion, or danger when problems must be resolved or critical decisions must be taken.
Examples:
Financial crisis. Crisis management. The Chinese word for crisis comprises two characters, one for danger and the other for opportunity.
Contagious.
Able to be passed on to others through contact or proximity, especially by infection or disease.
Examples:
Contagious enthusiasm. Contagious virus. The disease is highly contagious and spreads quickly.
Implement.
To put a decision, plan, or system into effect.
Examples:
Implement a corporate strategy. Implement security measures. The government promised to implement a new system to control the financial crisis.
Infection.
A condition in which pathogenic microorganisms or viruses have entered the body.
Examples:
A bacterial infection. Treat the infection with antibiotics. Hospitals must meet various standards to prevent nosocomial infections.
Contrast.
To put in opposition to show or emphasize differences.
Examples:
contrast with a decade ago. Contrast two things. It's intriguing to compare and contrast the two authors.
Inequity.
A lack of fairness or justice, an unfair or unequal situation or practice.
Examples:
inequity in education. Market inequity. There's an inequity in the criminal justice system that needs to be addressed.
Minimize.
To make something, especially something bad, small or less serious.
Examples:
minimize a loss. Way to minimize conflict. I bought a gadget before my trip to help minimize stress during the flight.
Burden.
A duty, responsibility, etc. that is oppressive or worrisome, a load, typically a heavy one that is difficult to carry.
Examples:
carry a burden. Burden of disease. That car has a low environmental burden.
Rev.
A measure of the rate at which an engine or motor rotates, often expressed in revolutions per minute, RPM, verb, to increase the number of rotations per minute.
Examples:
low rev engine. Rev up the crowd. He stepped on the gas pedal, and the engine released a loud rev.
Chain.
A series of connected links or objects, a system or group of interconnected elements, a restraint or shackle.
Examples:
chain reaction. Supply chain. The chain on my bike broke, leaving me stranded.
Lean.
Having a noticeably small amount of body fat, verb, to bend or move from a straight to a sloping posture.
Examples:
a lean horse. Lean athletic figure. Lean operational improvements often lead to better environmental performance.
Reserve.
To keep something for future use or contingency, to obtain or arrange something, such as a meeting, seat, etc., in advance.
Examples:
reserve the right. Reserve a concert ticket. You can easily reserve seats over the telephone.
Mask.
To conceal something, noun, a covering that you wear over your face to hide it.
Examples:
mask body odor. An oxygen mask. The politician tried to mask the corruption.
Equip.
To provide a person or a place with the things that are needed for a particular purpose or activity.
Examples:
equip an army. Equip our children with some special skills. The construction company equipped the building with an earthquake-resistant device.
Warehouse.
A large building for storing goods and merchandise, especially before they are sold, used, or sent out to shops.
Examples:
A rental warehouse. Warehouse debt. The fire ruined all the food stored in the warehouse.
Lag.
To move or develop so slowly that you are behind other people, organizations, etc.
Examples:
Lag a long way behind the progress. Lag behind its competition. Our interest began to lag sharply.
Crazy.
Stupid or not sensible, very angry.
Examples:
Crazy about cars and racing. A crazy scheme. The rain and thunder are crazy today.
Rumor.
A piece of unverified information of uncertain origin that is spread by word of mouth.
Examples:
A false rumor. Rumor mill. There was a baseless rumor that the company was going bankrupt.
Nation.
A large organized community of people living in a particular country or region and having a particular culture.
Examples:
Nation state. A seafaring nation. The nation of Japan is known for its unique culture and advanced technology.
Stockpile.
A large quantity or reserve of goods or materials that are accumulated and stored for future use, often used for emergency or contingency purposes. Verb: to accumulate or gather a large quantity of something, usually for future use or as a reserve.
Examples:
Stockpile weapons. Nuclear stockpile. The farmer had a huge stockpile of hay for the winter.
Cruise.
A voyage on a large ship for pleasure, driving, or traveling at a leisurely pace.
Examples:
The cruise line. Adaptive cruise control. The family took a cruise to the Caribbean for their vacation.
Embarrass.
To cause someone to feel awkward, worried, or ashamed.
Examples:
Embarrass political enemy. Embarrass my project. He looked for an opportunity to embarrass that actor in public.
Sham.
Something that is not as good or true as it seems to be and is intended to deceive people. A person who pretends to be something they are not.
Examples:
A sham battle. Turn out to be all sham. The data he prepared was completely sham.
Incident.
An event or occurrence, often unexpected or unplanned, something that happens.
Examples:
Traffic incident. Security incident. The incident at the airport caused a delay in my flight.
Xenophobia.
Extreme fear or hatred of people from other countries.
Examples:
Suffer from xenophobia. Linguistic xenophobia. The xenophobia in society makes it hard for immigrants to assimilate and integrate.
Occupy.
To consume all of someone's space, attention, or time.
Examples:
Occupy his time. Occupy a position. The young prince will soon occupy the throne.
Inevitable.
Certain to happen and unavoidable.
Examples:
Inevitable changes of the seasons. Inevitable result. In times of recession, an increase in unemployment is inevitable.
Consensus.
General agreement or accord in the judgment or opinion reached by a group as a whole.
Examples:
A public consensus. Consensus among scientists. The two parties have reached a consensus.
Communal.
Belonging to or used by a group rather than individuals, for common use.
Examples:
Communal swimming pool. Communal combination of funds. Communal elections were held in several European countries.
Depress.
To make someone feel sad, low in spirits, or without hope, to make markets, businesses, etc., less active.
Examples:
Depress their spirits. Depress crop prices. The economic recession depressed the housing market.
Scenario.
A description of possible actions or events in the future, a written outline of a play, film, or literary work.
Examples:
The worst case scenario. Number of different scenarios. The president prepared several possible scenarios for an enemy attack.
Disgust.
A strong feeling of dislike or disapproval.
Examples:
Public disgust. Show disgust at his actions. He was filled with disgust and fear for the threat of war.
Cue.
A signal, gesture, or action that provides information or direction for someone else to act or respond, a reminder or prompt for someone to do something.
Examples:
Cue card. Visual cue. The director gave the actor a cue to begin the scene.
Routine.
A usual or habitual way of doing things, a set sequence of steps, part of a larger computer program.
Examples:
Routine business. A built-in diagnostic routine. She studies gardening on a routine basis.
Ritual.
Any customary observance or practice, any prescribed procedure for conducting religious ceremonies.
Examples:
a ritual dance, morning ritual. The woman of the house does the holy ritual of lighting 2 candles.
Sanitize.
To clean or disinfect something to make it safe or hygienic, to remove potentially harmful or sensitive information from a document or communication.
Examples:
sanitize surfaces, sanitize the kitchen. I always sanitize my hands before eating to prevent germs from spreading.
Unwashed.
Not cleaned or purified, untidy or unkempt in appearance or manner, lacking in refinement or sophistication.
Examples:
unwashed hair, unwashed vegetable. The dirty clothes remained unwashed in the hamper for weeks.
Rub.
To move one's hand or an object over the surface of something with pressure.
Examples:
rub shoulders, rub a glass window. She rubbed the sore spot on her leg to ease the pain.
Fingernail.
The hard, slightly curved part that covers the outer tip of each finger.
Examples:
fingernail biting, fake fingernail. The car body scraped off with a fingernail.
Wipe.
To clean or dry something by rubbing with a piece of cloth or paper or one's hand and removing dirt, food, or liquid.
Examples:
wipe off dirt, wipe with water. Please wipe your sweat with this towel.
Gross.
Being the total amount of something before any deductions, obese and ugly or unpleasant.
Examples:
the gross amount, gross injustice. The drastic reorganization has significantly increased this company's gross profits.
Sneeze.
To make a sudden, involuntary expulsion of air from the nose and mouth, usually due to irritation caused by the presence of dust, pollen, or other irritants.
Examples:
sneeze into my hand, sneeze loudly. Whenever I get a cold, I tend to sneeze a lot.
Sweat.
The salty liquid that is produced by the glands in the skin, especially when the body is hot or under stress.
Examples:
all in a sweat, sweat bath. She wiped the sweat off her forehead with a towel.
Diagnose.
To determine or distinguish the nature of a problem or an illness through a careful analysis.
Examples:
diagnose the problem, diagnose with CT scans. This device is used to diagnose brain cancer and other tumors.
Smoker.
A person who smokes tobacco regularly, or a device used for smoking.
Examples:
smoker behavior, an inveterate smoker. Many smokers are aware of the health risks associated with smoking, but find it difficult to quit.
Quitter.
A person who gives up easily or does not have the determination to finish what they have started.
Examples:
Easy quitter, serial quitter. He was labeled as a quitter after he abandoned the project halfway.
Guarantee.
To promise something will happen formally, especially that certain conditions about a product, service, or transaction would be met.
Examples:
Guarantee a high quality. Guarantee women equality. We cannot guarantee enough raw material sources.
Absolutely.
Without restriction or limitation, completely or utterly.
Examples:
Absolutely against. Absolutely obsessed with the girl. I am absolutely opposed to his idea because of morality.
Scary.
Causing fear or fright, frightening, intimidating.
Examples:
Scary dream. Scary story. The horror movie was so scary that I couldn't watch it alone.
Appealing.
Attractive or exciting, evoking a positive response or desire, having qualities that are likely to encourage someone to like or enjoy something.
Examples:
Appealing design. An appealing offer. The well-crafted plot and interesting characters made the book very appealing to readers.
Panic.
A sudden strong feeling of fear that cannot be controlled and prevents reasonable thought and action.
Examples:
A panic reaction. Panic buying. The participation of oil-producing countries in the war caused panic in the financial markets.
Agoraphobia.
An anxiety disorder characterized by a fear of open or public spaces, often resulting in avoidance of situations or places that trigger these fears.
Examples:
Agoraphobia treatment. Agoraphobia symptoms. People with agoraphobia may experience symptoms such as panic attacks, dizziness, and rapid heartbeat in certain situations.
Authoritarian.
Characterized by strict, absolute control and obedience to authority or rules, dictatorial and lacking in personal freedoms or individual rights.
Examples:
Authoritarian practice. Authoritarian government. The authoritarian leadership style left no room for dissent or alternative opinions.
Oversimplify.
To describe or explain something in a way that is too simple and no longer holds true.
Examples:
Oversimplify the problem. Oversimplify a complex reality. People may oversimplify natural phenomena due to the improved accessibility of knowledge.
Fury.
Intense and often violent anger.
Examples:
Market fury. Fury of the storm. The crowd's fury was palpable as they shouted and protested against the government's decision.
Improvisation.
The act of making something up on the spot or creating or performing something without preparation.
Examples:
Improvisation on stage. Jazz improvisation. He created a beautiful piece of music using only improvisation.
Infrastructure.
The basic systems, services, or features that are necessary for an organization or country, such as transport and power supplies.
Examples:
IT infrastructure. Infrastructure cost. Aging societies tend to require huge costs for infrastructure maintenance.
Surveillance.
The act of carefully monitoring a person suspected of a crime or a place where a crime may be committed or expected.
Examples:
He is kept under surveillance. Surveillance cameras. The novel contains a criticism of the surveillance society.
Strengthen.
To become stronger or more effective, to make someone or something stronger or more effective.
Examples:
Strengthen the immune system. Strengthen a border patrol. Difficulties strengthen the mind, as labor does the body.
Emergency.
A sudden unforeseen crisis usually involving danger that requires immediate action.
Examples:
Emergency action. Acute emergency. The president declared a state of emergency.
Mathematics.
The science dealing with the logic of quantities, shapes, spaces, and arrangement.
Examples:
A good grounding in mathematics. Mathematics competition. He has a flair for mathematics.
Blind.
Unable to see, unable or unwilling to perceive or understand the true nature of something.
Examples:
Blind to the beauties. Blind spot. She was nearly blind due to severe diabetes.
Equity.
The value of the shares issued by a company.
Examples:
Private equity firm. Equity capital market. That company is cautious when it comes to equity investment.
Self-interest.
The fact or action of only considering their own interests and of not caring about others.
Examples:
Unaffected by self-interest. Material self-interest. The company's donation was undoubtedly motivated by self-interest.